In a quiet, sunlit town, an elderly woman named Mrs. Jenkins lived alone in a charming old house filled with memories. One day, a troubled teenager named Alex was caught vandalizing her garden. Instead of anger, Mrs. Jenkins saw pain in Alex's eyes and invited him in for tea. Hesitant but curious, Alex accepted. As they sipped tea, Mrs. Jenkins began to share stories from her youth, tales of hardship and resilience, of love and loss. She spoke of times when kindness from strangers had saved her spirit, and how those acts of generosity had shaped her life. Alex listened, initially out of obligation, but soon found himself drawn into Mrs. Jenkins' world. He learned how she had lost her parents at a young age and was raised by her grandmother, who taught her that kindness was not just about grand gestures but also about the small, everyday actions that could brighten someone else's day. She recounted how a simple smile or a helping hand during tough times had often made all the difference. Her stories were filled with examples of how being kind had brought unexpected rewards, creating a ripple effect that spread far beyond what one could see. As the days turned into weeks, Alex found himself visiting Mrs. Jenkins more frequently. Her wisdom began to resonate with him, and he started to see the world through a different lens. He realized that his own anger and frustration could be channeled into something positive. Inspired by Mrs. Jenkins, he began to perform small acts of kindness, like helping his neighbors with their groceries or volunteering at the local community center. These actions not only made others happy but also brought a sense of fulfillment and purpose to his own life. One day, Alex noticed a transformation within himself. The anger that once consumed him had been replaced with a sense of peace and belonging. He understood that kindness was a powerful force that had the ability to heal not just others but also oneself. As he thanked Mrs. Jenkins for her invaluable lessons, she simply smiled and said, "Remember, Alex, kindness is a gift that costs nothing but means everything." With a heart full of gratitude and a newfound perspective on life, Alex walked away, ready to face the world with compassion and empathy. And thus, the cycle of kindness continued, one act at a time.